Salaki. Alright, I want to first start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory. Call halal, Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah by Hashem, Rakha, Kodash Brakatah. Double honors and apostle Salaki. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, risking their lives and the freedom to do so. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. Shalom to the Akim and Aqua out there listening and learning. Shalom to the confusion of face brethren out there that we're hoping to join onto our ranks. Once again, this is the brother Yahweh Sap out of the GMS Cleveland Church, and coming at you with another lesson. I don't know what I'm going to name this. I don't know if I'm going to name it Update or Part 2, because I did a video yesterday. I know what I'm going to name that. Probably more than likely it's going to be a Part 2, but I did a video about this guy, JB Gunner. And I went to his YouTube channel. I'm not going to do it again, but I know his page is called JB Gunner, and he does a lot of like a news commentary type of thing. But what I notice is most of his content is on black and white. Like, so that's just at the end of the day, he's in the spirit. You know what I mean? Because riling up that race war. You know what I mean? Like, I barely watched the video, but like I said, I made a video because, like I said, he actually went into, how it's more blacks welfare, even though we're 13% of the population, than it is whites. And I was listening to Elder Malcolm today because, based on his numbers, I didn't actually go to the site, Family Services or whatever site here he broke down the numbers. I was just basing it off of what he had said. So I did math and whatnot, and it did appear that more so of Jakes were on welfare, but in actuality, like I said, I listened to Elder Malcolm, and he said you can look it up statistically on Google. So the spirit moved me to go look it up on Google, and I came across an article. So I'm going to read that article, and I'm going to bring out a few scriptures. I'm going to start with the first scripture, though. This is the book of John, book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh of a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. So, like I said, at the end of the day, the video yesterday was basically about the pride of this motherfucker, because, you can't go by, appearance. Appearance doesn't mean anything. It's a man's spirit. So, like I said, I didn't want to, but, I'm pretty sure he's an Edomite now, you know what I mean? And then, like I say, he just bold-faced lied, you know what I mean? It's just showing you the resentment that Esau has for us, you know what I mean? At the end of the day. But I'm going to, shit, they'll be looking down on Trump. They'll be, he lied, said he's going to make America great again. Look at this shit he's doing. How the fuck is you making America great again? But, and at the end of the day, call Allah Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah by Hashem, Rakha Kodash Brakatah, much honor and blessings of the Duwada Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah for putting it on this man's heart to do this. Because ultimately this is the Lord doing. Salakia, I'm about to get that scripture. I don't know exactly where it's at, but see, shit. Yeah, I might have to, because the spirit got me, the king's heart. Salakia, bear with me for a second. Is in and get straight to the point. It said, the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Salakia. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Straight to the point. ultimately, this is the will of the Most High. He want this government shut down to show you, because I mean, at the end of the day, it is about time too, because this is what we've been praying for. But this is the article. Americans are mistaken about who gets welfare. People significantly overestimate the number of African Americans benefiting from the largest programs. Now, this is from the Huffington Post. Number one rated. I mean, I ain't gonna say number one, but highly rated. You know, information. Newspaper, whatever. Um, it says it's dated February 5th, 2018. Washington. President Donald Trump and Republicans in Congress may soon embark on a racially fraught policy battle over welfare. We can lift our citizens from welfare, from dependence to independence, and from poverty to prosperity, Trump said in his State of the Union address last week. The latest signal the Republicans want welfare reform this year. And that's deep because, like I say, this is his means of lifting everybody off. Yeah. Trump has often pandered to racism among his supporters. He said Mexican. Right, because, at the end of the day, he's racist. You know what I mean? Like, he said Mexico sends rapists to the United States. He says rapists to the United States, and that there were some fine people among the neo-Nazis who staged a deadly protest last year in Charlottesville, Virginia. When the president said Mexican heritage made it impossible for a judge to be fair, House Speaker Paul Ryan called it the textbook definition of racist. the word, God, the word welfare, and then they look at us and call us racist, though. The word welfare is different. It's a standard political term that Democrats and Republicans and journalists alike use. Though Republicans use it the most often. There's nothing overtly racialized about welfare. You can even find it in the preamble to the U.S. Constitution, and yet the word is often loaded with racial meaning. As a new HuffPost YouGov survey shows, much of the public has a distorted view of which groups receive the bulk of assistance from government programs. 59% of Americans say either that most welfare recipients are black or that welfare recipiency is about the same among black and white people. You can see the numbers. The numbers reflect a significant overestimation of the number of black Americans benefiting from the largest programs. Medicaid has more than 70 million beneficiaries in 2016, of whom 43% were white, 18% black, and 30% Hispanic. Of 43 million food stamp recipients that year, 36.2% were white, 25.6% black, and 17.2% Hispanic, and 15.5% unknown. Food stamps are formerly known as the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. In one sense, HuffPost survey asks an abstract question. The federal government doesn't run a program that's actually called welfare. The word can describe. That's pretty much the point. These days, the Republican lawmakers' welfare means Medicaid, food stamps, and temporary assistance for needy families. Paul Ryan and hardline conservatives in the House of Representatives have said they want to make changes to those three programs this year under the banner of welfare reform. Historically, temporary assistance for needy families is probably the program that has most frequently been called welfare, as it was created in the famous welfare reform. It says, as a result of that reform, the program today is much smaller than its predecessor. Age of families with dependent children, and it only served 2.7 million people in 2016. Of those, 36.9% were Hispanic, 27.6% white, and 29.1% so-called black. I meant to say so-called white. So at the end of the day, to a certain extent, because, Hispanics is, they're Jake. So meaning that if they had this particular program in mind, Huffington Post's survey responded to said the number of so-called white and so-called black beneficiaries are about the same, or basically right. Survey respondents' estimation of who receives welfare tracked closely to their estimation of who gets food stamps. Nearly two-thirds of all poll respondents said the program's recipients are mostly black, or that their are as many black Americans as white Americans receiving benefits. Only 21% correctly said there are more white than black food stamp recipients. Across the programs, people overestimate the share of recipients who are black, said Elizabeth Lohr Bosch, a senior a senior analyst with the Center for Law and Social Policy. It's not surprising because we all know people's images of public benefits is driven by stereotype. Trump himself harbors mistaken views of who receives welfare benefits, according to reporting by NBC News during a meeting with members of the Congressional Black Caucus last month. One member of Congress told Trump that welfare cuts, which the president had proposed in his budget, will harm her constituents, specifying that not all of them were black. Bear with me. I'm trying to weed out the most pertinent information. But I proved my point. You know what I mean? The first, I proved my point in the first 2.7 million people, and that was it. Said for the largest programs, Medicaid, and from that definition, welfare is all those three social programs. You know what I mean? From the Medicaid to the food stamps or the SNAP. I guess I'm gonna end this because I don't see. That's the end of the article. It says last week Trump and Ryan talked about workforce development and what might be a new euphemism for Ryan's longstanding goal of shrinking the federal safety net. Ryan reportedly told Republicans at a GOP retreat in West Virginia last week that workforce development means getting people the skills and opportunity to get into the workforce. So imagine how many jobs he's gonna create if he get the funding for his wall. I hope he don't get the fucking funding for his wall. But with that, I'm gonna go into some scriptures because at the end of the day, like I said, you read it for yourself. You know, it's just that's just another part of the curses. We're gonna be slandered. You know, if you the majority of, like I said, like when I went into the numbers, if you 70% of the population and we're only 13% of the fucking population, how the fuck is it really? When you take time to think about it, how the fuck, you know. I mean, even though I could see a lot of Jakes being on it because, like I said, then you throwing in the Hispanics because Hispanics make up I mean they Jake, so But I'm gonna bring up some precepts, um, just basically about this fucking lying ass devil. You know what I mean? Psalm 63:1. Uh, Lucky, what did I get that from? What I wanted. Psalms 12. They speak, Psalms 12, verse 2. They speak vanity, everyone with his neighbor. With flattering lips and with a double heart do they speak. The Lord shall cut off all flattering lips and the tongue that speak of proud things. Who have said with our tongue we will prevail, our lips are our own. Who is the Lord over us? Verse 5. For the oppression of the poor, for the signing of the needy, now will I arise, saith the Lord. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. Yeah, this isn't this because this one doesn't have a concordance in it. This is the one with maybe I should get my other Bible though. I got another Bible here. But who is the proud? Psalms. Who is the proud though? Esau. You know what I mean? Who oppresses the poor? Esau. You know what I mean? Like, what did the fucking president do? You know what I'm saying? And then I got an article, so I'm gonna do another lesson about this. You know, as far as not the government shutdown, but like the social programs and whatnot. Because I had a newspaper article, and it's showing you that as this one, basically a city in Kentucky. You know what I mean? Basically, the whole, I mean, you could tell it's a Edomite little town or whatever. They're all relying on government assistance. Well, I can't say all, majority of them, because it was like a mining town, and now that the mining town, like the coal, I guess they're not producing as much, or they're not mining for coal anymore. So majority of the people there are all getting government assistance. And you can clearly see, I mean, like when I show the article, you're going to see Edomites on there. So, anyhow, Matthew 15, verse 18. I'm going to start at 18. No, I'm going to start at 17. Matthew 15 and 17. Do not ye yet understand that whatsoever enter in at the mouth goeth into the belly, and is casting out into the drought? But those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart, and they defile the man. Verse 19, for out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witness, meaning lies, and blasphemies. And who is known for that? You know what I mean? Like, if you listen to this fucking Edomite. You know what I mean? Like I say, that's the spirit. I was listening to the brother and Man of Valor, and he's talking about how motherfucking Edomite sit up there said that they talking about murdering cops and shit. I mean, well, of course we knew we was gonna get slandered and what's the word, persecuted. For whose sake? For the Yahweh Shah's sake. You know what I mean? So I mean, that comes with it. Come on, I've been lied on since I've been in this truth. I've been lied on multiple times. You know what I mean? Like, I got a lot of. I'm gonna probably take when the Most High return. There's a lot gonna follow me. I mean, on some shit that I didn't do, but the whole everybody assumed I did this, and ain't nobody gonna believe. But I know I didn't. The Most High know I didn't. So that's what make this thing beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, because what you read and what the scripture says, when you actually live in it, that's how you know the Bible real. You know what I mean? Revelations 21. Fucking J.B. Gunner, like I said, proud ass fucking Edomite. I'm gonna read. This is Revelation 21, starting at 7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things. So he who overcometh the lies, just all the things that come with this truth, the lies, the chastisements, the persecution, all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son. Verse 8, but the fearful and the unbelieving and the abominable and the murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death, which is the nuclear missiles. When you see this fucking Edomite, he is really basically trying to like make an income, because he's trying to start controversy. You know what I mean? So as he going into that topic. But like I said, that's just a spirit too. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be race riots. It says in scripture that every man gonna go back to his nation. Roughly paraphrasing at the end of the day. So yeah, controversy sells. People like drama. You know what I mean? the movie industry is the way it is? People, why do you think Jerry Springer was, you know what I mean? Why do you think Maury does the DNA fucking test shit? These are all things because they understand human psychology. You know what I mean? You even got niggas that's in the drama. I mean, more so women like drama. That's why they used to always watch the soaps and shit like that. You know, like that. And I never understood that. But then you got some dudes that's so effeminized. They into the drama now. I mean, it's just crazy. But at the end of the day, you think this dude, JB Gunner, is worried about, like, anything spiritual? That's how you know he's not a spiritual man. This dude is up there trying to actually, like I said, cause controversy to get YouTube views. You know what I mean? Like, piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? And he going to partake in that lake of fire with his fucking people. A whole bunch of fucking Edomites. Proverbs, this book of Proverbs 12 and 22. Lying lips are abomination to the Lord, but they that delight, Salaki, but they that deal truly are his delight. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, come on, if this dude, I mean, like, when you watch the video, basically it show him going, yeah, like I say, if you just take the time to type that in, you know what I mean? Like, that's just another one of Esau's fucking lies, though, like I said. But, that's what the devil does. He deceives, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day. And then, like I said, and who are the most proudest people on this fucking, I mean, literally, like I said in the lesson yesterday, when I'm hearing brothers speak on this. You got people, I mean, you got brothers that's got government jobs and whatnot, so you don't know how many people getting affected by this. But the beautiful thing about it is the Most High, this is going to affect everybody. That's what you don't get. You get what I'm saying? Like, I mean, motherfuckers looking at it, like I said, oh yeah, I don't rely on food stamps, so it ain't gonna affect me. But you got people, you got people in the trucking industry that deliver food. You got people that work at supermarkets that don't get food stamps, but if they like our economy is based a lot off of food stamps. You know what I mean? Them corner stores that rely and that's in all the Jake neighborhoods and the ghettos where motherfuckers are so foolish. They shop. They might go to a grocery store and spend $100, but then they spend the rest at this little corner store. They're about to get affected. You know what I mean? Like, without these food stamps. So it's a beautiful thing. And that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, just bringing out the fact that this fucking devil's a liar and proud. And at the end of the day, he's going, he getting judged right now. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, just imagine how many proud motherfucking Edomites that were once working and, like I'm seeing air traffic controllers. Like, I was just watching a video from the brother in GMS San Francisco, and he had like a little snippet or a video showing about these Edomites and shit that Trump and the different heads of the agencies, because they don't give a fuck for real. Like, they tell them some outlandish shit like, well, just try and work out a deal with the mortgage company, or sell, have a garage sale, babysit, walk dog. Like, that's literally like a fuck you in your face. Like I said, that's what. This is not by coincidence. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, but he was saying how it was one guy. He was an air traffic controller. So he, and the air traffic controllers actually make pretty good money. They 6 figures. If you didn't know that, so just imagine he's not staying in no motherfucking like little $20-$30 on a house. They trick you into this whole system of because of the credit shit. They'll, if you making $100,000, they'll say, well, you could afford a $500,000 house, and that's the thing, that's the spirit. They worried about losing their fucking house. He an air traffic controller, the wife of fucking teacher, but her salary ain't gonna. I mean, it's what the most a teacher make, unless she working at a prestigious college or something. If she a professor, you know what I'm saying. Most teachers only make 30, 40,000, 50, depending on where you at. So at the end of the day, it's a beautiful thing. And with that, I just felt, like I said, I needed to bring that article out, and because, like I said, Esau, I did the video in the spirit. I would have some little libations and spirits in me. I didn't even like really fully research. I just was so much in the spirit, hearing this fucking devil say that shit because he was proud that he's trying. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, and that's how, for most parts, that's how majority of these devils is. That's why they could fucking take pictures with Jake tied, hanging and burnt up and shit like that. And you come out, this motherfucker ain't the devil. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, and missing Salaki, risking their lives and freedom to do so. And shalom to the hopeful elect, the Akwath and the Akim out there listening and learning. And Adawan Ratazah, I'm coming at you with another lesson soon. Shalom, shalom, and wa abal babal.